is Phil Jones, and this is Project 3.4.2 Mastery Journal Reflection for our brand development course MDM 530 here at Full Sail University. For me personally, it was a very difficult course in the beginning when we had to develop a personal brand brief and then move into a project company and create a brand brief for them while comparing them to 3 of their competitors. The information was overwhelming and it wasn't clicking, and I realized with the help of our professor Ms. Biasi at the end of week 2 and the beginning of week 3 that I was overthinking things, and when I was able to realize that, everything sank in, and moving on with our project companies in week 3 and week 4, all of the information that we had been reading and discussing and reviewing from the SWOT analysis, the critical analysis, and the onlyness statements, it was very interesting to see how all of that information tied together, and I really enjoyed the opportunity that I had this past month to learn this information. And I'd like to share with you now some of what I'm taking away with me from the course.
After the information we learned through this course sank in, I focused on sustainability for my brand strategy. Alina Wheeler says in her book, Designing Brand Identity, effective brand strategy provides a central unifying idea around which all behavior, actions, and communications are aligned. The companies I compared and contrasted for my brand brief presentation all had some level of sustainability in their guiding principles. After gaining a better understanding, though, of all the brand ideals, the strategy or ZAG that most resonated with me was sustainability, because it provides a central unifying idea of reducing, reusing, and recycling. Brand ideals as a whole offer unifying guidelines in which the community it takes to build the brand can align themselves with and subscribe to the tribe, referencing back to Marty Neumeier's term in his book, The Brand Gap. Looking back on week 1 of this course, the onlyness statement was the first big hurdle for me to overcome and is another important concept that I'm taking from this course. How, as a graphic designer, could I radically differentiate myself from the vast sea of graphic designers out there providing the same basic things? Once I realized that finding that onlyness statement was the foundation for every other component we learned, and how to clearly identify what that statement was, it made it much easier for me to review, analyze, and compare the companies I was working with for my brand brief presentation. In his book ZAG, Marty Neumeier says, "Onlyness is the true test of ZAG. If you can't say you're the only, go back and start over." In each of the companies I was reviewing for this course's project, there was one key differentiating factor that separated them from their competitors. Once I was able to figure out how to really look at a company and see what that was, all of the other components became a lot more clear to me and motivated me to review, critique, and analyze further. Lastly, I'd like to say that the SWOT analysis will be going forward with me. While, as Professor Biasi pointed out earlier in the course, that we use this all the time, now it is apparent to me and I can see how much of an integral part it is in everything we do, design-related or otherwise. The key to understanding it, or as I understood it, was to relate each aspect with the others. Once I knew what the strengths were, it was easy for me to find a correlating weakness, opportunity, and threat. The reason this system of analysis will be going forward with me is because it has always been with me. I just hadn't realized it until taking this course. In closing, I'd like to thank everyone for their critiques and feedback throughout the course. I'd like to thank Professor Biasi for her time and valuable insights into these topics we were learning and discussing in the brand development course. I'm looking forward to working with all of you again in the months to come, and thank you for watching my reflection video. It was a long 4 weeks, but I'm glad I had this experience and opportunity to learn with and from all of you.